Y'all, I am in so much pain I can't even explain. And words definitely cannot even make sense of this pain. I'm really grateful for the people that are in my life and the community that I have that surrounds me and supports me, because being in the hospital has put everything in my life into perspective. It's brought everything to a halt. Obviously, my dental is on hold, and I'm not happy about that because I don't know. Sometimes it makes you wonder, did the dental cause a lot of what's going on within me? Or did the inside cause what was going on with the dental? Because the body's a whole unit and everything is affected. And it's easy to speculate. It's difficult to ask questions. It's hard to get answers. And sometimes you just gotta accept whatever is and stop trying to make sense of it, especially up in here, because ultimately one thing I've learned is that this right here doesn't have feeling. All this head does is it observes, it creates stories, it has no tangible evidence. It can base things off of the past, off of experiences, but it doesn't know. It doesn't know what the heart feels, what you feel. It observes it, and it's meant to understand from a perspective of witnessing. But the intuition really comes from here. And the heart is here so the head can observe. I'm still having fevers. I'm still dealing with extreme pain. My TMJ has increased. I'm grinding more. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm keeping my guard in my mouth. I'm just being hyper vigilant with my dental. Trying to breathe is hard. I'm telling you, don't take your health for granted. And I hope you can all hear this well. My upper abdominal area is just so tender from the cuts and everything that I'm dealing with. It's just putting me into a lot of awareness, and that it's really important to listen to your body's wisdom. Don't assume, don't make up a story, don't try to tough it out. Don't say, oh, my situation's not as bad as someone else's. Don't try to belittle yourself, and don't let others belittle you. If you come down to what feels like death, and that's where I was at, call 911. They can't deny you, and they can't force you. You can't take, if you don't have the money, you can't take blood from a stone, y'all. I'm just saying. The one blessing is that this was caught soon enough. And then I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just grateful that I didn't end up with a ruptured appendix or having to have my gallbladder removed. Because it started out with, all sorts of speculation. I had paramedics saying one thing, I had techs saying another, and people just speculating based on a few words here and a few words there. And I tried to provide just as much information as possible so that I could get the necessary care. Basically 4 CAT scans. And if it weren't for the 4th time, which fortunately I still had some dye in me, they wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have noticed there was a leak coming from my perforated appendix. And that's huge, because that means, I don't know for how long, who knows, toxicity could have been leaking out. But if I had had a ruptured appendix and it was tucked up underneath my large intestine, that could have been a huge mess. That could have been me being completely cut open. Don't wait. Listen to your body, because it could be a life or death situation. And I still need to get my teeth taken care of. So I'm actually still coming on here and asking for generosity, for support and donations, because when I'm done with this, I have to continue with my dental, because I don't want this to get worse. Because this got worse because I didn't know how can you know? If you try to do any research on the appendix and what causes it to even get to this toxic state, it's near impossible to find right now. They're censoring Google, so you can't find any type of real natural path information. It's all medical related. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, it just is what it is. Oh gosh, now I'm beeping. I'm on antibiotics right now. They took me off the fluids for a little bit. I'm drinking a lot of fluids. I have a lip ulcer. I have to tell you, my girlfriend Brenda came by Sunday and brought me some goodies. And this lip balm, it has been my lip saver. I'm serious. Like, it's mint, it's shea butter, it's simple. My girlfriend Dee stopped by, well, first Tom stopped by with celery juice on last night, and then today, or earlier yesterday, and then today, this morning. And that really helps because there's a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals. And I'm trying to I have to pass gas, y'all. I have not passed gas yet. How pathetic and sad is that? So I'm struggling to breathe because this gas that they pump into your stomach spreads up through the arms into the back, and I can tell you right now it's very similar to having constipated IBS because it's the same sensation that I get when I am backed up and the toxic gases are reaching up into my spine, into my back, and it's not fun. But I've never been this inflamed ever in my life. They had to remove the IV from this arm because it is so swollen still. It's not as full, it was double the size. My legs, my hips, really. I mean, the steroids, I'm sure didn't help because they had to give me special pre-medication before I even went in for the contrast. I'm getting more burps up than in gas going out from the other end. That's always a lovely conversation, baboofas. This has been one heck of a journey. Painful, but eye-opening, and like I said, I mean, I still need your help for my teeth. Grateful that the VA is going to pick up the costs here as far as all of this goes. That's a huge blessing. Not everybody's lucky enough for that. But my understanding is, if you know the medical system, you still have to be seen. There is the Hippocratic Oath, and they cannot turn you away. So if you are having a life or death situation, they cannot turn you away. So that's my plea tonight. Like I said, I've had some beautiful friends who've shown up to support me, bring me liquids and fluids. One girlfriend brought me some coffee because I thought, well, maybe that'll help, because y'all know sometimes you take a little coffee and it helps move things. That didn't help. I was drinking the celery juice, and then my other girlfriend came by, brought me coconut water and some probiotics. Oh, I'm telling you, magnesium's all I probably need. That'll get things moving. But they only give you one. I mean, seriously? You gotta get things moving. Just give us what the body needs. Even massaging trigger points can get the gas moving out, but they don't have that. Like, this is whole body care, and this is what the hospital provides. I'm grateful for what I have, but I know what I need too. So, and then she brought me some more celery juice, and I asked her to add some ginger and some apple to it to hopefully kind of draw out toxins. And the ginger itself is good for moving and being gentle. Thank you, Jenny Lynn. I appreciate that. I'm telling you. And I got the most beautiful surprise gift of flowers, a flower basket from Lolly. And Lolly, I love you so much. She mostly follows me on YouTube, and it was unexpected, and I'm very grateful because it really lit up my day. And sometimes just a little thing can make a world of difference. Yeah, I'm just grateful I got here when I did, and that they finally narrowed it down. Because even before the surgery, they gave me antibiotics, and those antibiotics started to settle my stomach down so that the pressure had released and I was feeling relief. But when they still wanted to continue to make sure it wasn't, they said the gallbladder seemed like it was inflamed and maybe it was toxic. So the antibiotics were specifically for the gallbladder, which is what they were focusing on. But ended up being that when they continued with the contrast, and like I said, the contrast didn't make it to the lower intestines and the large intestine. By having to do that twice, on that third round, which was the third CAT scan, they realized it still hadn't made it down there, and they brought me down later in the morning and said, if there's contrast, it's going to show, and it should still be in you. And because I had been pumped up twice with steroids and some sort of nausea thing and the Benadryl, specifically to do the contrast because I'm allergic. And when they did that last CAT scan, that's when they saw there was a leak coming from, there was a perforation in my appendix. I mean, who knows how long it's been growing and been infected and what causes it. I really want to know those answers, but I may never know. And I'm just grateful that they did find it, because a ruptured appendix can be a huge toxic mess, and there are times when they don't get the whole thing cleaned up. I mean, and from what I read yesterday, some personal accounts, so that's some scary stuff. So never wait, and always be persistent and push if you have to. If you're still experiencing pain and they're not listening to you, seek a second opinion. I mean, I was seeking a second opinion as well, because I just wanted to make sure I was getting the correct information. And I wasn't just being, I don't want to just have my organs taken out if they don't need to be. Are there tests? Is there more information? Is there anything you can do? Because I was reading, there were other things they could have done. So, yeah, I'm still going to have to go back to the dental. Everything's been put on halt. I have issues up in I can tell you right now, I had cavities along here. She wants to fix, I think it's this one, the back or the front of the one next to the one molar that had the cavity filling fall out initially. And then I'm telling you, one cavity leads to more. Your mouth becomes a breeding ground. And I have been using my dental probiotics, and I don't know how well or how not they aren't working, especially with everything that's been going on, because at first I wasn't as diligent because I didn't have my toothbrush, and it was very sudden, and it was quite the let's get the heck out of the house. You do the best with what you got. And so I really encourage all of you to never take your health lightly, and don't ever let anybody try to talk or bully you into thinking that there are other people out there worthy of more than what you may be needing and asking for. So again, I thank all of you who have supported and donated to my fundraiser, because it is greatly appreciated. And I do see you, and I feel you, and I know your generous hearts, because I can feel them. And I have to continue on, and I still have to take care of my mouth. And so if you feel in your heart you can support me, I truly would, I'm feeling honored. And if you cannot, share my video, share my fundraiser, invite people that you know that may be able to support and help, because every little bit counts. A few dollars here, a few dollars there, every little bit counts. And I'm just having a hard time just trying to breathe. Hi, Cindy, honey, I love you. My I've got 3 little incisions, and they are so tender. And I am the last person to take drugs. Anybody who knows me knows Lana is taking drugs. What? They know. I'm the first person to say if I can go without, I will. But this was way beyond my pain threshold. And breathing through it isn't as easy as I was hoping it would be. But I am doing breathing exercises. I am doing my best. And I'm trying to get my body moving. I am moving around the hallways every couple hours, walking 3 laps at least. and it hurts because this stuff radiates up into my shoulders and my back, and I had my legs up and everything. So again, whatever you can donate and you see in your heart and that you can do, I appreciate you. I love you. And I thank you for just continuing to support me. I love you very much. I'm going to go get some rest now. Sweet dreams, and bless you in whatever you have to do for you. I love you.